Okay, Daryl King on the Subway Yamaha. Yes, folks, you heard it right. You haven't gone back in time. It's Daryl King on a Subway Yamaha out there. This is something special to watch out for. And we've also got some talented youngsters in this field as well. And to go with our legends in there. What a mix of riders and abilities and different machines out there. So this is going to be spectacular. Just a short 12-minute race. So blink and you're going to miss it out there. It's MX3. It's exciting. And it's brought to us by Craig Stevens Motorcycles, your home of Yamaha in the Plenty area, so plenty of action to look out for here. This Rotorua Motocross Park is already starting to look pretty rough and rugged, forming up nicely. There's ruts everywhere, big square edge bumps, so they're going to have their wits about them. 3 12-minute motors for MX3 at the moment. So 2:26, Danny Merriman from the Bay of Plenty. He is going to tick off lap number 1 in style. And he's got a little comfy margin, so look out for him. There we go, back to Darren Cable on the 33. He's done a few laps around this place, so he knows his way around. Also got William in there as well, so we'll look out for William through the booms. And then Judy Motocross competitors going up to the seniors and going at MX3, so look out, MX3 is exciting. And Neil, just some of the legends you see in this field to go with the fact that we had Brad Thomas win this class in round number 1, and then we turn up here and we got lots of Darren Cable and DK Daryl King with Richard Furs and another one of the legends in there as well. So MX3, a chance for some of the legends to come back and be a part of our New Zealand Senior Motocross Championship. It's something to look out for.
I just love it, absolutely love it. See, this is our family. This is the family concept of our sport. You know, this is motocross. This is Daryl King. Holy hell, back when juniors were invented, this kid was about 8, 9 years old, just when the sport was coming of age back in the late 70s or so, and through the early 80s, of course. Former junior, 2 times New Zealand Junior 125 champ, multi-time senior champ, twice in the world runner-up. And in one of the years that he did it on the Husqvarna, he had a huge amount of, I suppose you'd say, mountains to climb would be the polite way to word it, and he still got there to be number 2 in the world. Couldn't quite crack the number 1. He sort of became a bit of the Jeff Leask of our sport in New Zealand, but I tell you what, an absolutely top man. Of course, then he came back to New Zealand, settled into it. He started the team. He got Yamaha on board with him. He then got sponsorship like Subway on board to create a team. He was still the New Zealand MX1 champion at over 40 years of age. 40 years of age to become an MX1 champion. He was absolutely incredible. And of course, MX2 and other classes along the way. Wow, what a hero, what a man of our sport. And we are blessed to see him here today. This is such a highlight to have him here. And of course, nephews Ryan and Curtis have just raced super successfully in their previous moto to both finish inside the top 10 as well. So it's coming alive as well today for MX3. Darren Capel and Richard Furs. In fact, the last time Richard Furs was here, he was mechanicking for the great Graham Allen, who was making a comeback in New Zealand Open Motocross at the time, the great Kawasaki hero. And a shout out to Graham and his team down there in beautiful Canterbury. So there you go, a bit of history today when you got those people, those kind of stories coming to the fore of what we're seeing here at the moment. Some of the young guns as well, some of our kids that are, still going to school, and yet here they are still having some opportunity to come out and have some fun motocross. MX3 we call it, a bit of a ride what you brung is sort of a nickname given to it as well. There's 125 and there's 252 bangers out there, and there's 250s and the 454 bangers as well. So a mix of men and machinery through all calibers and all ages and all spectrums and all bikes. But it is still a national championship class today. Bring it on, MX3.
All right, let's give you a bit of an update here. Danny Merriman still leads this one here. Predaboon comes out up at a 2nd place, so look out for that one here. Predaboon, former junior motocross champion as well, so to come up with MX3 racing here in round number 2 of our senior nationals is cool. But William Coldray there, that's 3rd place. DC Darren Capel's in 4th. Harrison Chisel, he made the trip down to Valclutha, so he's in line for some overall glory. But this championship goes all 4 rounds, and he finds himself there in top 5 contention. But Daryl King there, DK the legend, that is a quality 6th place for him. As we then look to Thomas Robinson from Benaki, he's up there about 7th place. We've got Richard Furs in 8th. We've got plenty of action on track, and we've only got 6 minutes to go. So we're halfway through this race. It's catch me if you can for Danny Merriman, but in behind him we've got the likes of Predaboon and William Coldray there. So nothing between that battle there. Brought to us by Craig Stevens Motorcycles. MX3 Racing just sees quick 12-minute races, and man, it's already halfway through. It's certainly hard and fast, frantic action here. Rotorua Motocross Park certainly coming alive here. What a massive crowd, and welcome to one and all who's made the journey here Exciting to have a double header for rounds 3 and 4. So a Saturday and a Sunday, Digger McEwen Motocross Park, home of the Topol Motorcycle Club, will be there in about 3 or 4 weeks' time, where we will unfold our championships and start crowning them. We've had a COVID-ruined 2022 season, so to have 2023 national champions is certainly going to be exciting for us. Let's check out this race here. Prix Moon putting a few good laps in here, so look out for Prix Moon to 2:09.2. That's the quickest lap on track, and he's got himself in the lead of this one. Danny Merriman slips back into 3rd place, so we've got William Garman in 2nd, Darren Cable, Daryl King, Thomas Robinson, Harry Chisel's down into 7th place. We've also got plenty of updates. Richard Furs is in behind there, so look out, MX3, 4.5 minutes to go. And plenty to look out for on the program. Coming up next as well, look out for the big one, MX1 on the line next. So that's going to be something special, man. We had an absolute treat at round 1 in Belcluva. 3 absolute world-class talented riders going at it for 20 minutes. And it was 2 wins to MXChamps with 1 win to Maximus. And now a pivotal part of the championship. What are we going to see unfold? We're going to wait another 4 minutes plus a lap of MX3. And then we'll go to the big one. So we'll give you a full update of our massive field. 34 strong MX3, it's brilliant. It's Prix Moon leads, William Coltrane there. Danny Merriman down at 3rd after leading the early couple of laps. Darren Cable, that great hole shot, still hanging on to 4th place ahead of DK. Daryl King on the Subway Yamaha in 5th place. We've got Thomas Robinson there in 6th. Harry Chisel, 7th place. He made the trip down to Belcluva, like we touched on as well. So as far as an overall MX3 championship's concerned, that's going to start playing nicely for him. We've got Brennan there in 8th place. Richard Furs has slipped to 9th. Zach Nolan's in 10th. We've got Trey Gotti in 11th, and Cody Shepard, another one that made the trip to Belcluva, in there in 12th place. So cool to see MX3. It's a full-on championship. There's 4 rounds to play for, and this one here only round 2. So early doors in the championship, and certainly very exciting. All
right, Brad, it's just a 12-minute moto. Hey, folks, we can let you know the event is on time. We're on time, so we will be having the lunch break. 125s to be on the dummy grid at 12:20. 12:20. Look at your clocks, folks. You're working to the clock. So 125s on the dummy grid at 12:20 today. And now here, local time is 11:20, and we've got our MX3 with 1 race to go for this round. 1 race to go with our big 20-minute MX1 coming next. But there we are, Brad. Listen to that. The buzz of 2 strokes, of 125s, of 250s, of 254 strokes, and big 450s in there. Riders from 15 years of age to 50 years of age. How's that? The total spectrum of people that love motocross in New Zealand.
Oh, this is an absolute treat for race fans. 34 strong field as well. So this track has gotten hectic. 2.5 minutes plus a lap. It's still with Prix Moon. It's still credited with that fast lap of the race too. So that battle for the front, red hot, and 2.5 minutes to decide who's going to take the overall race 1 glory. We've got some talented action here. So Prix Moon, Danny Merriman, William Coltrane there. We've got Darren Cable, Daryl King. Darren Cable, Daryl King, still 4th and 5th place. So that is something special to see the legends of New Zealand motocross, and still out there having fun. The smile will still be on their faces, and great to see it going well for them. MX3, 2 minutes plus a lap, so we're down to the business end. This will still have time on the clock when our race leaders come through, so about a lap and a half to go as we see a bit of white flag action in a couple of minutes. So we'll get through this one here. One more lap and the clock will expire, so it's going to be 2.5 laps until we find out who's going to win this race. At the moment, Prix Moon has the comfy margin. Former 10 years 85cc champion, now in the senior motocross scene, and he's showing them a clean set of heels. Actually, it's a decent buffer back to Danny and William there. So look out for MX3. Don't rule out DC Darren Cable either. He's right on the back end of that podium battle, so anything can happen. A experienced campaigner, former nationals champion, showing his skills here at the moment. So that's your top 4. DK Daryl King there still showing us how it's done at his age. In 5th place, we look to Thomas Robinson. Looks like still 6th place for him. And then we look down, got Harrison Chisel there, that's 7th. But Brad McCaskey from the Waikato, that's inside the top 10 for him. We've got Richard Furs still there in about 9th place. Zach Nolan's up into 10th. And then look out for Trey Gotti there, still 11th. Cody Shepard, Ben Lawson, Michael Gleason, then James Perry. We've got Jacan Horn, good Jacan from Ranahi on the bike tour racing machine. He's in 16th place, then cooling. We've got Curtis Gooch from the Naki, Joel Hammond and Jesse Shaw. That takes you right down to 20th in the final point scoring position. As our race leaders start another lap, 30 seconds left on the clock. That will run out on this lap around, so 2 laps to go for Peter Boone. He's on a 12-second advantage. Still the fastest man on the track with a 2:09.2, so certainly absolutely flying. Danny Merriman, he's going to hang on dearly to his second place, because we've got it all going on. So we've got Peter Boone a 12-second lead. He's got it in the palm of his hand. But the battle for the podium is any one of about 5 or 6 guys going up the Pirelli step up now. So there's about 5 of them going at it, and 2 laps to go for our MX3 race number 1. They get 3 major races on the program. And race number 1 has dished up absolutely everything. But so far, former national junior champion Peter Boone has shown us how it's done from the Naki on the Honda Hub CRF 250. And looks coming down to the nitty-gritty for sure. As MX3, quick 12-minute plus a lap race, and it's certainly dished up some action. 34 entries, that's absolutely fabulous to have 34 in MX3, and they'll come alive in rounds 3 and 4 as well. We'll have them as part of our MX3 National Series, and it'll be the likes of Harrison Chisel, Cody Shepherd, the likes of those guys that made the trip down to Balclutha. They'll get rewarded and have those championship points carry through the remaining 3 rounds in the North Island. And MX3, awesome stuff. So Peter Boone, massive advantage. He's stretching out even further as we unfold. The white flag will be out ready for him when he crosses the line. And then behind him, Danny Merriman won this MX3 class in round number 2 last time we were here in 2021. So he'll be certainly a force to be reckoned with, the man from the Bay of Plenty. He'll come alive later on in these other 2 motos. William Coltrane there, still hanging on to that 3rd place, but DC Darren Capel right there as well. As we see DK Daryl King not letting go of that podium group either. So let's have a look. White flag now. Peter Boone, he's going to start the final lap. He's got a massive lead. He's out and gone. But look at this podium. Let's have a look at it shaking up nicely here. Danny Merriman in 2nd place on the Max Gear KTM. Then we've got DC Darren Cable's gone up into 3rd, so he's on the podium now. And in behind him, a Subway Yamaha with the number 2 on it. DK Daryl King is going to try and hunt down his good mate Darren Cable. And we've got a podium fight for the ages coming up here. So 1 lap to go, white flag out. We've got Peter Boone and Danny Merriman 1 and 2, but then 3rd place DC Darren Cable and DK Daryl King going at it at the moment.
To Commission Lindsay, we're going to try and leg trip Daryl King. Even if Daryl doesn't make it to the podium, we still want to have a chat with him. He's back there in 4th place at the moment. He's got Darren Cable in front of him. Has he got a pit board out there? Want to do a shout out to Ash and Di at the moment. Hopefully you're sitting back there watching racing today. How proud can you be for your family, folks? What an awesome day, man. The grandsons, the son, the sons and the daughter-in-laws and everybody that plays a massive part behind the scenes. You are absolutely incredible. What a beautiful family, and long may we celebrate that. How cool is this? May the kings reign supreme. There might be a king to be crowned this year at the coronation. I tell you what, we've already got our kings in New Zealand, and they've been long crowned as the kings of our sport as well. So bring it on with the fabulous King family here today. This is a good one. Darren Capel out there to have a race with him. Man, oh man, let's go back to the 90s. A shout out here today to Guy Merriweather. Awesome to have guys with us. 21 years ago, he was a motocross champs coordinator, and he put in a huge contribution before his family went overseas. He decided to follow and support them, but has now come back to live in NZ. So guys, thank you very much for today. Made it special for me and the family. It's been absolutely awesome, and you can take a bow for part of you've done in the sport as well. So and it's so good to see as we look out for the big bike battle. But Brad, let's take the run through.
Yeah, Peter Boone, he has been dominant. Didn't have the great start, but he's on that smaller 254 stroke. He's got his way into the lead and chipped away nicely. He's got a couple of corners to go, and he'll have the race 1 glory in his hands. So well done to the 55 Honda Hub Naki man. Peter Boone's going to take that one there, and a well-deserved podium from a former national junior champion. But then look to Danny Merriman. Is he going to hang on? He is. He's going to hang on. The Max Gear KTM man comes through, and there's going to be a photo finish to see who come through there. It's going to be DK and Darren Capel. We'll try and get both of them on the podium regardless, but let's have a look at the timing screen. I think DC is onto it. We'll have a look at what the AMB timing says. Shout out to Nicole from MXT for bringing us our timing here this weekend, and doing so much work behind the scenes. So look at that, 0.196. So it was a photo finish in the end. Darren Cable will be credited with 3rd place. DK is going to have to settle for 4th, but we'll try and get him on the podium regardless. It'd be great to catch up with DK and some of the legends here as part of our awesome round 2 Rotorua Motocross Park coming alive at our Fox Aon Pirelli New Zealand Senior Motocross Championships for 2023. And your Craig Stevens Motorcycles MX3, what a treat that was for everyone here. And Prita Boone gets the win over Danny Merriman, and Darren Capel will cross over to Neil, who will have our podium, and it's going to be pretty cool to catch up with some of the youth of today, mixed in with some of the legends. So let's cross to Neil, who's got our MX3 podium.
Oh, this is a very, very special day for our sport, folks. MX3, long may it continue. We'll do our 3, 2, 1. But what I'm going to do here, in fact, we're going to call it a third equal. We're going to call it a third equal today. Absolute honour to have with us Daryl King today, officially on the times. DK, it'll show us a 4th place. What inspired you to come back today?
Gee, nothing. On Thursday night, I saw that the entries were still open, so I went to my iPad and entered. And I drove to Hamilton on Friday to look for a new bike, but nah, nothing around. So I bought the Subway Yamaha back.
What year is it?
2005.
2005, and it's still there in all its glory and still got a number 2 on it. You're still inspired by our sport, DK. What about your nephews today? Top 10 in MX2. That's pretty special for the King family.
Super cool way. They're slowly progressing, you know, and they've got an amazing dad and mum, and yeah, they'll get there, those two, because they got the King desire, you know. So yeah, great stuff.
Hey, thanks for having us. All right, let's see Darren Capel up here. So third place for Capes as we welcome him to the podium as well. And DK, don't you worry, folks, it's not the last you've seen of Daryl King today. First of all, Capes and MX3 class has got your name over it, but hell, you had to work for that one.
Yeah, it was tough. I knew someone was right behind me. I had a good feeling it was DK, so it was a matter of trying to find good lines and guard your lines. It was tough to negotiate, but a lot of fun. Yeah.
Excellent, mate. Thank you very much for doing that. And to Danny, let's have him here, our runner-up at the moment, Danny Merriman, back on the podium as he was a couple of years ago. So well done, Danny. Good to be back in Rotorua.
Yeah, it is definitely good to be back. Bloody first race back in a long time, coming off a few injuries and all the carry on. But nah, just so excited and pumped to be back on the race line.
Right, hey, but the track out there's not soft, is it?
Oh, no, it's not that soft. Oh, saying that, there's a few little soft spots out there that are going to catch you out. So I found one of them, but should be right. Yeah.
Well done, great result. But our winner, Prita Boone, to join us here today. So well done, Prita. Prita's one of our young guns, former New Zealand junior champion. Prita, there's some good company you're keeping out here today.
Yeah. Didn't start that well, luckily, so I got the mistake.
Right, indeed. Hey, what do you think of Rotorua track today?
Oh, it's pretty rough, but the conditions are pretty good.
Suiting you nicely?
Yeah.
Right, making some changes as well with your bike.
Yeah, I am.
So you're still finishing in series on the Honda?
Oh, nah, I'm just waiting for my bike to get fixed.
Might be a change by the next round.
Yeah.
Right, so we better get you still number 55?
Yeah.
Your lucky number. Well done. So there he is, our winner today, Prita Boone. Well done to Prita. All right, coming up next, folks, MX1.